People pleasing is a topic that can be discussed a little bit. What is people pleasing? People pleasing can be thought of in terms of the emotional states that some people experience in connection with meeting the demands of other people, not displeasing other people, not doing anything that might lead to feelings of self consciousness or embarrassment. Indeed, people pleasing, that term appears to be pejorative, meaning not so good, but in a different connotation, it's great and it's absolutely necessary. So, for example, a baby has no sense of people pleasing before a certain age and can cry in a concert and can cry on the plane and in a restaurant. Nobody likes that, presumably. So, a little people pleasing there would be great for the baby. Don't cry in an environment where that's disturbing to other people. Somebody with no sense of accommodating other people might, get hot in a public environment, just take off all his or her clothing. That's not anything that we would consider to be desirable in most cases. Right? So, people pleasing in the sense of having some sense for what is appropriate in a given situation, wanting to meet certain normative standards of conduct given the culture in question, no problem. When is it a problem? It's a problem when our preeminent, meaning main driver in life, our main motivation has to do with avoiding shame, with avoiding negative feelings that can come about in connection, again, with saying no to somebody, that can come about when we stand for our own rightful kind of rights, when we are constantly driven to change what we do, not based on values, not based on rational calculations, even of self interest, but strictly and solely based off of other people's opinions, other people's glances, other people's presumed kind of thoughts about us, that kind of thing. Then we are slaves to our concepts of other people, to other people's reactions, to other people's emotions. And given that most other people do not have our best interest in mind, perhaps nobody does. We're very lucky if we have even one person that truly, with wisdom, loves us. Could be a parent, could be a sibling, could be a friend. We're very lucky if we have one person like that in our life. Most people are incapable and have no desire, no opportunity. It's not relevant at all of in a wise way, willing or good, in looking out for our interest, best interest, should we say. So therefore, what sense is there in sabotaging my own true well-being to accommodate others, people's, or other people, should we say, emotions and desires and so forth? So here we see that there's no rational answer per se, like, oh, this is why. It's just an emotional kind of thing for whatever confluence of factors, or in light of whatever combination of factors sometimes we develop in that kind of way. Some would say parents, upbringing, nature, nurture, whatever it might be. But the fact is that today, right now, that is how I feel. I walk in somewhere, and the number one thing that I'm thinking is, what are people thinking of me? Somebody makes a request of me, I feel like I can't say no. And it could be just a person on the street wants, me to sign up for their service, right? And I can't say no. Right? Somebody calls me an advertiser. Oh, you want to buy this? I don't want this. I don't have money to buy your, culinary set, but I just can't say no. I don't want to displease you. I don't want to make you unhappy. I don't want to get a frown from you. I don't want to feel guilty, because I didn't listen to you. So we see that that's dysfunctional and that's nothing that we want. And we shouldn't try to reframe that as kindness or as empathy or anything like that. That is just weakness at present. It can change, but that kind of thing is weakness. That kind of thing is certainly not the ideal. So what do we do then? Well, we need to break ourselves and train ourselves. We need to go against the grain of our present kind of psychological constitution until it feels natural and normal to displease people. And that is when hopefully we can go back to pleasing people, but in light of what makes sense for our mutual self interest. And by self interest, hopefully not meaning in the selfish sense, in the better sense, right? What will contribute to something good happening, to a good outcome by way of you and I in this given interaction. Maybe it makes sense for me to buy your product. No problem. Maybe it makes sense for me to be very nice to you. Sure. But ideally, it's out of strength. It's out of reason. It's not simply because of these pressing emotions of humiliation and shame, and I have to say yes to you, and please don't dislike me, and that. So we train ourselves. We make it conscious, and we make it our business to, through practice, be a little bit displeasing as needed. So, for example, practice saying no. Practice saying things that might be a little bit embarrassing, asking silly questions, messing around a little bit, whatever the case might be, right? Kind of apocryphal, whatever it might be, story says that somebody walks in, or a student is ordered to walk into, say, a bakery and order nails, right? To break that habit. Isn't that embarrassing to order nails at a bakery? So something like that, or in that direction, even if not exactly that, whatever works for us at our level. But that's the idea. Break our people pleasing and then go back to pleasing people in the good sense, which is out of strength in view of what is best for all involved. Thank you for listening.